Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and let's get right into this one. So, as you've known, right, sometimes let me do my disclaimer first. Check this out. Big up the people who come to SouFLoTV all the time with some constructive comments, and then there are those who come just to disrespect the thing. And if your comments are sideways and disrespectful, they will be erased. So don't even waste your time. You can disagree and still make your comment intelligent. You understand? You don't have to be profanities. Nobody know if you go up under them mother. Nobody is a batty boy or nothing like that. So keep it clean and classy, and let's get right to it. Judge questions evidence that pins murder on BlackMan. Right now I hear a whole lot of people saying, Jesus Christ, see there? Yeah man, somebody need to investigate the judge there, because I think Judge Sykes in a them pocket, I think he's bought and paid for. I saw people saying stuff like that. And I left a comment that said, it's the judge's, because remember, there's no jury in this case. It's the judge's duty in this case to play a jury. And he is also the one that's basically going to be the executioner. Judge, jury, and executioner all falls under one for him in this particular case. So if he is questioning evidence, it's because that is what the judge is supposed to do, and that is how the court legal system goes. I tried to tell some people some things, them don't want to hear nothing from me. I said, okay, check it. 5 people have already been released out of the 33 that they had from the Klansman one-done gang trial from it originally started. 5 already released under Judge Sykes, right? And I said, if the law enforcement does a better job at sealing up them evidence, then they can get a conviction. But anyhow, according to the Jamaica Observer, Chief Justice Brian Sykes and a senior prosecutor on Monday, they locked horns over whether evidence was offered by the Crown was sufficient to pin the alleged murder of a man in 2018 to the alleged leader of the Klansman one-done gang, Andre BlackMan. Prosecutor, senior prosecutor, that means he's going against BlackMan. He's trying to pin the murder on BlackMan. The judge locked horns with him, meaning the judge is not seeing how they can actually pin that murder on him. You understand what I'm saying to you? Alright, now listen, the alleged murder, which is count 20 of the 25 count indictment charging the 28 remaining alleged members, because some of them gone get released already. And I know y'all have heard Spanish Town turn upside down right now, gunshot a beat left, right and center. And one of the persons who was recently released was also caught with a illegal weapon, and I believe is now in custody again. We are going to talk about all them other things upon the next video, not this video. Let's stick with the Klansman one-done case so far. The alleged murder, which is count 20 of the 25 count indictment charging the 28 remaining alleged members of the gang for various crimes, was said to have taken place at Phil's Hardware in Spanish Town. The Crown was responding to the no-case submission that was made by the defense attorney of BlackMan on the end of May. According to the evidence elicited from witness number 1, a former gangster turned state witness is witness number 1. And witness number 1 said that on the day in question, Andre BlackMan Bryan had supposedly been upset that not enough people were being killed. And I remember that part? Not enough people was being killed in the area where the hardware is located. According to the witness, he said that not enough people were being killed in St. Catherine compared to other parishes. I believe, if I should quote unquote say, he said something like, we can't make Mobile win, or we can't make Mobile turn up more than over Yasa. In other words, then, any big killing a go on and leading the way in killing in the country is supposed to be we are do that, not a next man. In war, the wickedest man wins, and we're at war. According to the witness, the unsuspecting victim was then spotted walking in the area where the hardware is located. Bryan, who was reportedly irritated by the man's presence, was asked by one of the accused, who is also presently on trial, what should be done about that man. Bryan gave the order and said, "Nyam him food." Nyam him food. Nyam him food mean kill him. Bryan was alleged to have responded, colloquial expression according to the Jamaican Observer, and a colloquial expression, a blouse and skirt patois. The man said, "Nyam him food," mean kill him. This is what witness number 1 said, The court was told that a gang member went into a yard and from there he shot the man dead. The body remained on the scene for some length of time before it was actually removed by a van from a funeral home. We are asking the court to infer that the man who was shot several times, whose body did not move on its own volition and was subsequently removed by persons, was a dead body, and we are contending that at this stage there is sufficient evidence for Mr. Bryan to be called upon as it relates to count 20, the standard being on a balance of probability, the senior prosecutor said. The Crown said Bryan, who is additionally charged with being the leader of the gang, also gave order for the sale and the purchase of firearms and ammunition for the gang and gave instructions that could not be refused. In other words then, when him talk, no dog no bark. What he says goes. Again, alleged, and this is witness testimony. The trial judge now, which is Judge Sykes, in questioning whether there was any other evidence outside of what was said by this witness. Because the judge is asking, and he has a right to do that. Do we have any other evidence apart from this man saying that that is what happened? He was told no. Walk with me that a case or what? I know somebody are going to say, "Yo, SouFlo, you seem like you're happy when time." No, I just like to see, listen, I just like to see the justice system in play. It is as if I am living vicariously, wishing I was a lawyer so I could be on the inside. So you can see how you can actually work with or manipulate the law to work in your favor, kind of thing. Again, I have no dog in this fight. All I do is report to you what was given to us. Cause my core audience, family members of the SouFLoTV family, they are pretty busy people. Some of them work 2 jobs and them don't have time to go between all these newspapers and media outlet and vlogger this and vlogger that to get this information. So I compile it and I give it to them in one place. That's all we do, So anyhow, the trial judge asked, again, I gotta say it again, The trial judge asked, is there any other evidence outside of what was said by the witness? And the trial judge was told no, to his chagrin. So the trial judge probably asserted, then I hearsay uno come upon? Y'all came here on hearsay? Come on, man. You gotta have a little bit of proof and then hearsay, and we can mix the proof and put it with the hearsay if it bolster the hearsay. But you can't just come with hearsay. The Crown was only able to offer that the police had been on the scene by virtue of the witness's account, as no police officer came to testify to that effect. Rotted clot. No police officer came to testify to that effect. What the Crown has put up is all it has, the prosecutor said. So in other words then, them not have nothing. The only thing that, some things a black man will beat that case here. Watch me. The only thing they have, and the judge is not happy with it, is word of mouth from somebody who has become witness number 1. That's it. Word of mouth. However, the Chief Justice responded, and the Chief Justice said, some people would find that quite a remarkable state of affairs, in that here we are in the 21st century. It is being alleged that a person is shot and killed. He is supposedly lying on the ground. The police arrive and there is no evidence, no photographs, nobody from the scene of the crime, no investigating officers, nothing to say that the body was found with gunshot wounds. This is not over the bush. This is in the vicinity of Spanish Town. I want you to listen now. Now, you hear that? Let me say it again. The judge says, some people would find this quite a remarkable state of affairs in that here we are in the 21st century and it is being alleged that a person is shot and killed. We are talking about we are in media frenzy age. Everybody have cell phone and everybody, you know, as soon as anything happens, everything is all over the world because it hits the internet. See? In this particular case, it is being alleged that the person was shot and killed and he is supposedly lying on the ground. And the police arrive and there is no evidence, no photographs, nobody from the scene of the crime, no investigating officer, nothing to say that the body was found with gunshot wounds. This is not over the bush. This is in the vicinity of Spanish Town. Now, according to the trial judge, since there has been no police witness to offer further evidence, prosecutors could have drawn on the funeral home that removed the body or even a relative. The judge is trying to help them. I see a lot of people saying that judge are corrupt, you know. You can't tell saying one, let them go. No, the judge is doing his job. He's actually, right here, I think he's even throwing the prosecution a bone because he's saying like, yo, you couldn't like bring in like the funeral home people them will pick up the body or bring in a family member, something, somebody. However, the prosecutor argued that the police who went to the scene have since left the constabulary force. Hard to find him, hard to locate him, but the Chief Justice, in discounting the explanation, noted that the more than century-old organization was highly regulated and would have records. You are asking the court to accept that this person actually died and the police are supposed to have gone onto the scene. So why should we accept that? Even at this stage, in the absence of any supporting record of any kind, nothing. Not even a photograph, no report, nothing. Just a naked assertion from a witness that, yes, a person was killed. Yes, the police came. And the structure of the force is such that there is no record? Like, are you serious? The trial judge questioned with an incredulous tone. I can't accept that in this day and age. A judge of the Supreme Court is to accept that the Jamaica Constabulary Force, after 100 years of yo man, listen to me now, man. People, you know, so them beat me bad and start calling me crime, violent supporter and gunman friend and all these things, when all I'm trying to do is trying to educate my people and try to show them how actual court works versus how outer road talk and internet talk works. The judge says, I can't believe that in this day and age, a judge of the Supreme Court is to accept that the Jamaica Constabulary Force, after 100 years of existence, has no record of going to the scene of a death. What you are telling me now is a bit hard to accept in this day and age. We are not talking about whether or not there was a murder, just the fact that there was a death. No post-mortem, nothing. There must be some record, even from the funeral home. That is the difficulty that I am having, the judge said. And the Crown would have gone on to outline its case against Bryan under count 1 of the indictment, which charges him alone for the leadership of the organization. But for an objection from his lawyer, Lord McFarlane, who indicated that he did not make a no-case submission for Bryan in respect of that count. Only a no-case for the murder so far. So in other words, let's deal with one thing at a time here. Y'all trying to pin the murder on my client, right? You hear the judge just say, no this, no that, no this, none of that exists. Okay, what are we doing here? Because this is not Baca Bush. This is over here, supposedly happened in the middle of Spanish Town. And nothing, not even a picture, not even from the so-called funeral home that picked up the body, a report, a record, nothing. And y'all just want me to go off of a man that come in here that you labeled witness number one and say, okay, him say that's what happened, so that's what happened, give this man life. And it don't work like that. Let me tell you again, I'm going to say it again. BlackMan are going to beat the murder case there, okay? Now, asked by the prosecutor whether this meant that the judge did not want to hear the Crown's evidence on that count, which is on the count of him being the leader of the organization, Justice Sykes said, well, if Mr. McFarlane is accepting that a case is made out at count one, then there is no point in belaboring that point. The Crown, in the meantime, also responded to the no-case submission for the defendant Tomrick Taylor, also known as Fancy Ross, Daniel McKenzie, Kevon Green, which is BlackMan's brother, Khalif Williams, alias known as Baba, Michael Whitley, his alias known as Stennett, and Pete Miller, who them call Smokey. So far, 4 defendants of the original 33 accused, who have been standing trial since last September, were freed by the judge last month, following an admission by the court that the evidence against them was insufficient. Actually, it turned into 5. A 5th defendant also walked, following a no-case submission by his attorney. So, all I'm doing is compiling and bringing it to you guys. And listen, keep on tuning in, because this is, I believe, our 44th or 45th video on this. And we have no dog in this fight. We are watching as the justice system goes to work. And this is how things work in a court of law. Y'all need to start telling these police officers, arresting officers, these investigators and these prosecutors to put them case together properly and don't jump and run to haste. This is the example that we gave before when we say the feds in the US will stay on you for years and they will gather evidence. They were gathering evidence on the prominent rapper called Young Thug for since 2013, 2014. They did not hold him until 2022. You understand? And now that they have held him and they are unsealing and revealing everything they have against him can't even get a little bail to come out, and he has millions and millions of US dollars, and he has big name executives who have hundreds of millions of dollars and powerful influences, even people in political positions of power who are speaking on his behalf, and still can't even get him a little bail so he can stay at his mansion while he fights his case. Their case is so solid, he is in solitary confinement. And he will stay there until his case goes to court. And that me I try to tell him about on the day I talk about who said what online, and it must be true because this vlogger said that. Watch the court case unfold in the court of law, not on YouTube. That me I telling you. Wake up in real time. It's SouFLoTV, man. I'll catch y'all on the next video. I'm out. Peace.